up, Royals? Welcome to Tonitra's Garden. Today we have a few odds and end things that we need to get done. I'm running a little late on sowing my peas and my turnips, so we're gonna get those two things sown today. Now, if you're new here, I'm in zone 8B, San Antonio, Texas. And I've been looking at the weather. You know, I got my new weather machine. So I've been looking at the weather and stuff. And let me come sit down over here. I checked it for the month of September, and it's saying that it's going to be hot in the 90s all the way up until like the first week of October, which is not 100% accurate, of course, but that's just a rough estimate. And I'm just like, if I wait any longer, I'm gonna miss the window. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and sow the seeds today and try to give them some type of shade or something so that it doesn't get too hot. So we're gonna get that done first, and then whatever else that I can, hey girl, there's Allie girl. Whatever else that I can get done while the twins are asleep, I'm gonna go ahead and try to squeeze that in as well. So let me show you what seeds I have. Well, I have a lot of seeds actually. That's definitely not the only thing that I want to do, but let's see. So I do have my peas. I always do sugar snap peas. They're super delicious. These are the ones that you eat the whole pod. And then Little Marvel, these are the ones that you just eat the peas. So I don't know if this is shelling. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. Let me see. These sweet deep green peas are a favorite. Dwarf plants require little support. So these are a dwarf variety. Can work nice in a 5-gallon container. Okay, so I don't know. I might put these in a container. I'll have to think about it. Get down, girl. Down. She thinks that my chair is her personal chair. Okay, and then I have my turnips that I do need to sow. So these are the 7-top turnips. These are purple top white globe turnips. These are really good. And I do grow the turnips for the greens because I love turnip greens. So we're gonna do that. I'm thinking about sowing some beets as well. I might put in some more radishes and carrots because it's definitely radish season. Carrots, we got to get more carrots in, but I have to see if I have space. I'm running out of space, you guys, so I might be putting in another raised bed, maybe for the spring. I don't know if I'll do it just yet. So we have more radishes here. I already sowed these off camera. And some carrots off camera. I don't know why I have this lettuce out here. I'll sow lettuce probably next month. I already have a couple lettuce in my little stackable Dollar Tree containers. So let's put what we're gonna try to sow together. We're gonna do the peas first. Do I want to put these? I'm going to put the sugar snap in my raised bed, and I'll try to put these in a container if I have one somewhere. So let's do that right now. For the rest of the month until like the first week of October, it's still going to be in the 90s. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do here. I'm just appalled. So just a quick overview. This is the bed that I'm going to be sowing the peas in. I did sow some radishes around the edges, and I sowed some carrots along the entire backside of the bed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my sweet peas, is it sweet peas? No, sugar snap peas in the middle here. So that's going to be the area for that. And then once it cools down a bit, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep my transplants in the house, but I'll fill in these areas with mustards and cabbage and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get the peas in. Okay, so these peas are going to be in the middle of this raised bed, and they are going to be on this trellis. So let me go ahead and put the trellis in, and then I'll put the peas around the trellis. It's going to be so stinking cute. Let me put it over just a tad bit more. So these are just tomato cages that I zip tied together, and that's usually what I do. I just zip tie them together to make a bigger trellis, and it's always worked really well for me. I use these for my tomatoes in the summer, and they did fall over late in the season though. The tomatoes just got crazy big. So there we have it. There is our trellis for our peas. And I'm just gonna sow these peas along the outside edge of this trellis so that they can go ahead and start trellising up. I don't know. I'm gonna sow the whole pack though. Okay, so I grabbed my little dibber. Let me see how many peas I have in here. Okay, so there's 30 seeds in here. Ooh, it is getting heated. Okay, do a couple in the middle. So these don't have to be buried that deep, but we'll just go with it. Go with the flow. One in each hole. And we're gonna have a ton of peas. I probably don't need this many, but we're gonna experiment because I usually don't sow this many, but I do really enjoy peas. So we'll see how it goes. I love sugar snap peas for just snacking. They're like my favorite fall garden snack. And they're super easy to grow, so they're very rewarding. I'll just put 2 in the middle. The mosquitoes are out. And we'll just cover them up. Woo. I don't know what this weather is going to be in years to come. It's just getting hotter and hotter. When I first started gardening in 2020, it was not nearly as hot as it is now. Okay, so those are sowed. Woo, we got our peas in. It's gonna look so pretty. I'm excited. Okay, peas down. I need to make a tag for these. All right, so moving on to our next project, I have this raised planter over here. Can you see it? It's right there. And right now I have, what do I have in there? I have black-eyed peas in there, and they're actually starting to produce seed pods. I got the seeds from Walmart, and I didn't really think they were gonna do anything, but they're actually producing pods. So I'm ready for those to come out. That was just a cover crop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill this bed up with some compost, and we are going to sow turnips in that bed because I really want my turnips. I really want my turnip greens. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's do it. Ooh, it is burning up out here. Okay, so for this bed, what I'm going to do for these is I'm just going to cut them at the base instead of pulling all the roots and stuff out, because that's where all the microbes are, and we want to keep those in the soil. So I'm just going to cut them at the base, and I'm going to put the compost on top. And I don't know if this is a chop and drop crop, like if you can chop these and just lay them down on the soil. But I don't know. I don't really have time for them to break down. I guess I do, but I want to get an early start. Hopefully the turnips do okay in this planter box. I believe it's deep enough, but we're gonna see. I don't know everything. I'm just the gardener. Yeah, this is a pretty decent quality compost, I would say. It's got some wood chunks, but it's has a good fineness to it, so I think that the turnips will do well in here. Anything that's sticking out, I'll just pull it out. There we go. And what I'm learning is when I'm filling my raised beds, fill the soil like pretty close to the top because it's always gonna drop once you start watering it. So fill it up. This cat almost knocked my phone down. Yeah, fill up your raised beds if you can. I know this one wasn't full last year, so this is my second time amending this soil, and now it's pretty much to the top. That makes me happy. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay. And I'm gonna sow, trying to figure out if I want to sow 2 types of turnips. I'm gonna definitely do the purple top because those are just pretty, aesthetically pleasing turnips. Okay. How hot it is, now I'm second guessing if this was a good idea. It is hot. Okay, so we got those sowed. I'm gonna go ahead and water those in. They should pop up within like 3 to 10 days. And what is next on the list? Oh, I wanted to sow some onions. I need to get my onions in. We might do onions next. Let me see how far I get in this heat. So my garden is looking real makeshift right now, but being in Texas, you have to, you know, figure out ways to get your plants in the ground without them dying, so that they can start growing. And by the time it's fall, you know, and it cools down, the plants are in the ground, because you will miss your window because the windows are so short. We have a short, small window. So I had to go ahead and do some makeshift shade cloth. So I put the land and sea bag over top of my peas so that they wouldn't be just too hot. The soil wouldn't be too hot. So I put that over top of those so they can germinate. Hopefully they'll germinate. And then I put some landscape fabric. Hopefully they'll be okay. I thought that it could work possibly to keep some of the sun off the soil so that they could germinate, but I put landscape fabric over top of the seeds that I just sowed. I might put a cup under there just to create some airflow, but let me show y'all. Okay, so this is what we have. I need to buy some shade cloth, but for now, I just put some landscape fabric and clipped it down with some little clip pins, clothespins, because it is so hot. It's going to be hot for the next 2 weeks, and I need to get these plants in. So there's that. And then over here, I put some more shade cloth because I have, what do I have under here? I have, what are those? Radishes underneath there, if you can see them. And they're just getting beat by the sun. So I put a cup in here just to give them some air. But that is shading them from this Texas heat. I just sowed peas under here. It's super hot, like the soil is getting warm pretty quickly. So under here, it's a whole lot cooler than just direct sun. These are okay. They're in the shade for the rest of the day. And then my carrots are behind there. I just have the cardboard on here to keep them moist, and I keep those watered until they germinate. This bed is empty. I'm trying to get the roly-polies under control in this bed before I plant it, and I won't be planting this until next month. It's just, well, I don't know. I might be able to cover this with shade cloth, but my greens are going in here, and greens just do not like heat at all. So I might just wait. But it is a hot mess out here. So I do want to sow some beets and some onions, but it is pretty hot out here, and I need to get some soil from these other grow bags that are in the yard, and that's going to take a good amount of time. I also want to repot this chamomile. It seems to have just stopped growing. I hope it's not stunted, but I wanted to repot this so that, you know, it could keep growing. But I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I have to get out here very early in order to get anything done. So I'll probably be out here early tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, so yeah, I don't have to take Adonis to school. I'll get out here and we'll finish up what we started. All right, Royals, that is it for this video. Give me a big thumbs up if it was helpful. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.